Good evening, folks, and thank you for joining us here in this live stream or broadcast on BNC TV in HD 1075. Welcome to this girls' varsity softball game. Pioneer Panthers are hosting the Easthampton Eagles. It's senior night, folks. My name is Tyler Borbo, bringing the play-by-play action of this final regular season softball game for the Panthers. Coming into this game, 9-9, with an even record for the Panthers, and they're a D5 team playing D4, Division 4 Easthampton Eagles. They're coming into this with a 2-14 record. Definitely, the Eagles have had a stronger schedule this season, but you can only look at so much on paper. This is the first time these two teams have matched up since 2019, pre-COVID games. Last time Pioneer fell to Easthampton in 2019 and 2018. So it's been a while, and anything can happen. It's totally different teams by now. More than 4 years. Must have plenty of new players. And we are starting off. Leading off the batter for the Eagles is Summer Ruthier. She's going to be starting on the hill, pitching for them. She takes ball one. Jalen Beliski pitching for the Panthers. Puts one right through, popped up. Layla Goulstan makes quick work out of that shallow fly ball to center. One down. And as I mentioned earlier, it is senior night. And that means this is the final regular season home game for a few students on Pioneer and a few on Easthampton, if I remember correctly. I didn't get who their seniors are exactly, but we'll talk a little bit more about the seniors later on. Fouled away over near the third base stands. 1-1 count. This batter is Brooks Scourin. She's the shortstop for the Eagles. Down in the dirt, 2-1 count on Scourin. A little high and away, 3-1. Jalen Beliski being an instrumental pitcher for Pioneer this season. Lone right in there. Looked like Scourin liked it, but fouled towards third base. Count goes full. And some ominous clouds are rolling in from the southwest. Ball high and away. Scourin will take first. One down, one runner on first. Next, stepping up to the plate, batting third, is Maddie Urban. Ball goes low. Scourin takes advantage of the ball popping loose. She makes it safely, standing up on second. Maddie Urban, first baseman, currently batting. Nice pitch. Upper outside corner, 1-1. Looks like Scourin thought about it, but held. We have 2-1 count. Grounded over to short. Kobe Tominski sends it over to Lucy Burnap. Can't make the play. Ball comes loose, but not out of play. So there will only be one base advance for Scourin. We got runners on second and third, 2 in scoring position, 1 out. Ball goes low, but kept in play. Maggie Tippanyuk behind the plate for the Panthers. And fouled away. Low and inside, 2-1 count. Ball knocked into shallow center left. Has trouble collecting. 1 run scores. 2 runs cross the plate. And the Eagles take an early 2-run lead with a well-hit single by, I apologize, this was Aziza Menendez, center fielder. The ball a little outside. Ball high, but snagged by Tippanyuk. And fouled away. And another one fouled away, almost in the identical spot for a 2-2 count. And goes down swinging. 2 down. I apologize. That was Lily Foster, third baseman for the Eagles. Stepping up to the plate, number 15, Noe Ryan, second baseman for Easthampton. Pitch comes in low, gets a little bit loose. And Aziza Menendez takes second base. Ball drops into shallow center. Menendez heads home. Tippanyuk with the ball, but still called safe. Could not get the tag. And Noe Ryan with a shallow center field fly. It's an RBI single. Easthampton puts their lead back, or up more to 3. And with 2 outs, now stepping up, it's Maya Pajak. We'll see a lot of Maya on the bottom of the innings, being behind the plate, catching for the Eagles. We're looking at bunting. I'm sure the count is not 0-1, 0-2. Low and in the ground. Ryan will take second base. And swing away for strike 3. Pioneer gets themselves out of an inning. But it looks like Easthampton has already put some numbers up on the board. Score is 3-0 as we go into the bottom of the inning. Pioneer has a chance to catch up with their first at bat. Lucy Burnap, Jalen Beliski, Kobe Tominski, Layla Goulston coming up in just a moment after we take a short break. Check out our sponsors right here on BNC TV. All right, welcome back. Easthampton putting up 3 early on in the top of the first inning. It's Pioneer's chance to answer in kind. Now batting first baseman Lucy Burnap. Lucy has had a fantastic season. Ball comes in down in the dirt. 2-1 count. And low and inside. Count goes to 3-1. Burnap being very patient in the box, waiting for something that comes in that she likes. Has a good eye for her strike zone. And fouled away. Count goes full. And Burnap will take the walk. It's always good having your first batter on base. Now batting, Jalen Beliski. We've talked about her. She's pitching for Pioneer today. And some heat right down Broadway for strike 1. Count quickly goes 0-2. Last one was a tad low, and Beliski's going to need to protect that. And fouled away over the backstop. Sorry, not over the backstop, into the backstop, excuse me. Good protection there. Low one in the dirt. Nice job by Maya Pajak keeping the ball in front of her. She's catching for the Eagles. Knocked over to shortstop, turned to second, thrown over for the double, overthrows. Beliski will get at least one. And looks like it went out of play, so it's a designated extra base. Once the ball's dead. There's no challenge on that one, but Eagles got the lead runner out. One down, runner on second. Stepping up to the plate, Kobe Tominski, shortstop for the Panthers. Ball drifts to the outside, ball one. Good eye on Tominski. Nice cut. Went after a little bit high. 1-1 count. And a little bit of discussion more about Pioneer coming into this with the 9-9 record. Most recently taking a big win against Athol earlier on this week. Tominski goes down on swings. 2 down. But with a big win earlier this week on Tuesday. Pioneer clinched that one after 3 tough losses on the road against big teams. Layla Goulston now batting. Layla is covering a lot of ground as she does in center field for the Panthers. I believe it is 1-0. And right in there. 1-1 count. And cracks one right up the middle, skips over the bag. That's going to drive in one. Jalen Beliski turns and puts Pioneer on the board. We got a 2-run ball game. Nice RBI single by Layla Goulston. Great job. Nice clutch hit. Fantastic job. This is what Pioneer needs to get started right. Another crack of the bat. Goes towards second base. They're going to go for the easy out. Success. Eagles get themselves out of the inning before more damage can be done. So Pioneer has put themselves on the board. It's a 3-1 ball game as we go into the second inning. Don't go anywhere. Check out our sponsors. More varsity softball action right here on BNC TV. Welcome back. It is the bottom of the second. No idea how many outs. Some ominous clouds turned into ominous rain. And there's just nothing I can do about that, folks. Had to take a break and cover up. Looks like Pioneer just scored. Turning this into a 3-2 ball game, and I will get things clarified as I can. There's a lot I need to figure out. I have no idea how many outs there are. I do know that currently batting is Natalie Johnson, one of our seniors for the Panthers. She's playing left field today. And she just got walked. And that puts a runner on first. And now batting, after Natalie Johnson, Kaylin Shabbat, right field for the Panthers. Please forgive the lack of information and keeping up with it. As water drops still come through, I need to make sure to protect the equipment. Kaylin Shabbat fouls away. And Kaylin Shabbat goes down. I believe there is at least one out. Natalie Johnson will steal second with that ball getting passed. 1-0 count. We are back to the top of the batting list with Lucy Burnett. And nice strike there. Currently pitching is Summer Ruthier for the Eagles. Swinging through. 1-2 count on Burnett. Ball cranked over to right field, drops down. Natalie Johnson will make it over to third base. And now we got runners on the corner. And with runners on the corners, we're heading into the meat of the batting order. Jalen Beliski. Ball stays low. Natalie Johnson's going to take off towards home. Oh, and he went to pump for out, but he is called safe. I'm sorry, the umpire called safe. We have a tie ball game. Looks like he went to pump for it. I'm kind of curious what the change of mind was. Could have been whether or not the ball was held onto. Didn't exactly catch that. And, of course, with that, Burnett sneaks around to the other corner. We got a runner on third. Down in the dirt. But saved. Runners again on the corner. With Beliski on first. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I apologize. Beliski on first and Burnap on third. And Beliski steals second on catcher's indifference. Kobe Tominski up to bat for the Panthers. And that is at least one ball. Apologize with usually I'm doing a lot of things for two hands, but one hand is holding an umbrella right now. So now we have a 2-1 count according to the umpire. And strike. Right in the zone. 2-2 count for Tominski. I believe Tominski went down swinging in the first inning. 0-1 for the day. Comes in low. Count is now full for Kobe Tominski. I believe there's one out. There could be two. Fouled away. As some steady rain is coming through, but I do see some opening in the clouds, so this may not stay around forever. Hoping it fades away. Tominski, sorry, goes down swinging. But Pioneer has done some serious damage and tied things up. We have a 3-3 ball game as we go into the third inning. And I'll change that. Take a look at our sponsors as I fix things and get things coordinated, dry a few pieces of equipment off, and we are going to start off with the third inning. The Easthampton Eagles back up to bat in just a moment. All right, welcome back. Top of the third inning. Wet softball. Still giving our pitchers trouble. As a little bit of fog is beginning to roll in here. Ball list towards the outside. Makes Shelby Clark chase it. Shelby Clark batting for the Easthampton Eagles. Plays right field. Fouled away towards the fence. Knocks down one of our senior signs. Clearly now it is personal. Ball knocked into shallow center field. Goulston gets it in quick. But a solid single. Good base hit to lead off for Easthampton. Easthampton had a solid rally the previous inning, scoring 3, closing that lead, 5-run lead Pioneer had to 2. And now batting, number 16, Summer Ruthier, pitcher for the Eagles. And with that motion to throw, looks like Easthampton is continuing their kind of steps off the base in order to try to catch the eye of our catcher, which is an understandable strategy. Now, you're not able to lead in softball, but you are able to go off the bag as soon as the ball is released. And that gives you a precious few seconds in between the pitch. The ball is dead. Struck the batter in the ankles. Summer Ruthier will take first base. No outs. 2 runners on base. A meeting of the minds in the circle is warranted. But back to what I was saying. Just to gain an understanding of the strategy, you can't lead off the bag in softball, but you can go off of the bag in a possible attempt to steal after the ball is released by the pitcher, and that gives you a few precious seconds in between the pitcher's release and the catcher receiving the ball, and that would probably be just enough time to catch the catcher's eye, and it could be enough distraction to keep the catcher from the hand-eye coordination it takes to receive the pitch. And if you do that, the ball gets away, you have an opportunity to steal another base. And I think that strategy, we saw a little bit of that last inning for sure. I think that strategy so far has been working for the Eagles. And I know I'm a little bit behind in the count. Let's see what the umpire says. No, there's at least one. A strike on the inside. Runners are staying on first and second. Ball knocked foul over towards the Pioneer bench. Runners on first and second. Knocked over towards third base. 1 out for Taylor Chase. Tries to chase down the out. Runner beats it. Great hustle there by Brooks Scourin. I'll get it eventually. But 1 down, getting the lead. Runners remain on first and second. Ball knocked into center field. Layla Goulston snags it, gets the ball quickly in there, holds the runners to first and second. Pioneer doing a great job of keeping the Eagles at bay and holding on to this lead they have. Ball down in the dirt. Ball 1. Matty Urban on first. And a successful steal to second and third, respectively. Now batting, Aziza Menendez. Ball comes through. No attempt at stealing, though. Runners remain on second and third. Ball knocked over to second base. Allie Clary throws it over to first, gets the out. And Pioneer gets themselves out of a dangerous inning that the Eagles could have done more damage, possibly even tied it up. That last runner at bat would have been the taking the lead run. But Pioneer held them off. Remaining 2 runs ahead. They'll be at bat when we come back. We'll see if Pioneer can put any more up on the board. You're watching Varsity Softball. Easthampton Eagles, Pioneer Panthers, right here on BNC TV. Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Top of the batting order for Pioneer. Excellent place to be in. To put a few more on the board, create a bigger gap, more work for the Eagles. Pioneer with a 2-run lead. If they can put a few more assurance runs on the board, they may have some wiggle room on the defense next inning. Which, of course, it's the bottom of the 6th. Eagles will have one more shot to tie things up or better. Fouled away towards the fence. Lucy Burnap took over in the circle for a couple of innings. Good eye. 2-2 count. And fouled away towards Easthampton fans. Burnap stays alive. 2-2 count. Fouled away, dead ball, driven in the ground, and then ricocheted off of Burnap's leg. And Bernab goes down swinging. 1 out. As mentioned before, Summer Ruthier has been the sole pitcher in the circle for the Eagles. She's been doing an excellent job. Pitch comes in low for Jalen Beliski. She'll have an 0-1 count now. Speaking of the circle, Beliski pitching an excellent 5 innings. But once your code gets cracked and you get figured out as a pitcher, it is a smart move to shake things up. Ball driven over to shortstop, thrown over to second base. Excellent play. And the Eagles make the second out of the inning. Pioneer down to 1 more out to make something happen in the 6th. Stepping up to bat, Kobe Tominski. Tominski is 1 for 3 today, I believe. Her most recent at-bat had an excellent RBI single. Fouled back towards the fence. I'm sure the count is more than 0-1. High and away for a ball. 2-1. All right. Thank you, ump, for keeping me honest. Swinging through, 2-2 count on Tominski. Good job protecting by Tominski. Count remains 2-2. You've got to protect. Anything close. Low in the dirt. Count is now full. Kobe Tominski needs to make something happen here to keep the 6th inning going. And she does. Cranks it over to shortstop. Shortstop picks it up, throws it over to second base, gets the last out to end the inning. Great job by the Eagles, making sure nothing else happens. Pioneer does not add anything to the board. Remains a 2-run ball game as we go into the top of the 7th inning. Last opportunity to make things happen for the Eagles. We'll see if they can make that happen or if the Pioneer defense can hold up. We're going to take a short break, check out our sponsors, and we'll be right back to this excellent varsity softball game right here on BNC TV.